Alright, here we are, picking up where we left off. Last go round we published Demo Survey Instance 2. I've updated the name so it's spelled correctly because I'm sure Charles Barr would notice my spelling error on the last video. That was just a typo though. So logging into the Remedy, Octo Remedy, we need to create a case. You can clone 11395359. And you need to ask for your subdomains to be published internally and externally. I'm having them add A records for Demo 1, Demo 2, DHS, HBX, and DCOA. And just ask for those records to be created and added to the root of postcallsurvey.dc.gov. And then assign it to the DNS, GTM, LTM Linux group. And I use Oleg. Just because he's pretty quick about getting these things resolved. Depending on who you assign it to, it can take a couple days, but generally it only takes a quick second, and it takes an hour to resolve once they've added the A records. I'm just going to go ahead and verify that Oleg's done his job. So you can do a ping demo1. Ping demo1.postcallsurvey.dc.gov. I see it resolving to 83.129.10, and I want to see the rest resolved to the same IP address. That's how I know that these have been added correctly. I'll do HBX as the last test. Alright, so it looks like Oleg's added all of the A records for us, which is perfect. Now, assuming that he's exposed it externally as well, we're going to need to log into Twilio portal. And we have a common login, voice.eng@dc.gov. The password is one of the two passwords that you all know that I commonly use. So I'll leave that to you, and I'll forward the email later, forward the password later. Alright, so now what we want to do is expand. Once you're logged in, expand the left-hand panel, click on Programmable Voice. This is the dashboard where all of our events take place for each of our numbers, and all of the logs are taking place. We want to go down to Numbers, right-click on Manage Numbers. And you can see the one number we have published for DHS Survey 1, which is production. I'm going to copy this webhook because it's going to be very similar to the webhook we'll use for the rest of our customers, except for the subdomain that we need to add. Now we need to buy a number, and we're going to search by number, first part, and capabilities. Just search for all of the capabilities. We only need voice, but SMS will be coming, and we might as well just get a number that has this full capabilities. We don't pay for anything that we don't use. I'm just going to take the first number. Alright, gives you a summary. Make sure you want to buy this. Yes. Alright, now we're going to set up the number. There's only two places or a few fields that we need to modify here. So incoming calls, we're going to define the webhook as the new customer API, which is demo2 dot, and then voice connect, as you're following it with your leading slashes there. And we'll do the same for SMS. So we're not using messaging right now on these surveys, but it's just a matter of time. I mean, it's capable. It's not fully working right now. So save that. And let's put a friendly name of Demo2. Something that we can quickly identify. I would suggest the convention be just simple. The customer number, the customer name, HBX, and then survey application 1, survey application 2, because we already know some customers want more than one survey. Each survey will have its own number. And once that's all set up, and we start pumping calls into this, we'll have two places to look. So you know where the access and error logs are from the last survey, from the last demo, the last video. Here you can get the event logs as they come into Twilio. So it's a couple of different places that gives you kind of an end-to-end picture of each call. Now that's all set. Make a test call.
Hello, and thank you for taking the Demo Survey Instance 2 survey.
Right.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rank your experience? 10 being the most favorable, please press a number between 1 and 10, and then hit the pound sign.
I'll do 8.
Was your issue resolved? Please press 1 for yes, and 0 for no, and then hit the pound sign.
I'm going to say yes, it was resolved.
Would you call again? Please press 1 for yes, and 0 for no, and then hit the pound sign.
I'll say yes, I would call again.
That was the last question. Thank you for participating in this survey. Goodbye.
Okay, and that was a successful survey. Now, at this point, those entries should be basically stored in the database, the Postgres database, and they should be rendered on the survey application. So let's go over here, click on this. We got to refresh the page, and there's our survey output. We can expand it and see the answers that I submitted. 8, and yes. And there you go. So we have a survey application ready to be integrated with Avaya.